Hello, traders. So you guys are not going to believe this. No daily loss limit, no payout buffer, no consistency rule once you're funded, and a 90-10 profit split with 15-minute payouts. And I'm talking about the Lucid Flex 50K account on TradeSea. And I'm going to go in live. Full setup, full rules, full journey. We're going to find out together whether or not I can actually pass this thing. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Okay, before I just start slapping trades on this thing, I want to make sure you understand why I chose Lucid Flex and why I'm using TradeSea as the platform, because both of these decisions actually matter a lot here. So, Lucid Flex. This launched in late 2025, and the reason it got so much attention right out of the gate is because Lucid basically flipped the script on everything traders have been complaining about for years, right? You know what I'm talking about. Daily loss limits to stop you out mid-session, even when your trade is still perfectly valid. Consistency rules that punish you for having one really good day. Payout buffers that lock up your capital just sitting there. Lucid Flex said, we hear you and forget all of that. Now the evaluation has rules. I'm not going to pretend otherwise, but we're going to walk through them in just a second. And once you cross over to funded, most of these rules basically disappear. And that's what separates Lucid Flex from almost everything else out on the market right now. Now, as for TradeSea, okay, if you haven't heard of it yet, I'm going to be hearing a lot more about it because after Project X went exclusively to Top Step at the end of February in 2026 this year, Lucid traders had to find a new home, right? Well, TradeSea stepped up. It's a browser-based rhythmic platform, trading view style charts, built-in journaling they call Compass, and an AI analysis tool called Polaris. And we're gonna see if the whole thing, set it up, and let's look at it together in this video. And all right, let's start with the rules because this is where a lot of people get tripped up and I wanna make sure that's not you. So I'm in the 50K account. The cost was $70 because I used my 50% discount code with RTF, which gives you 50% off your first 2 accounts and then the best discount after that. This is a one-time fee, no monthly rebilling, no expiration date. Look, that's actually a big deal because there are firms out there that are charging you monthly fees that keep draining you while you're still trying to pass. And with Lucid Flex, you pay once and you take as long as you need. And Lucid is an RTF insider partner firm. So you get loyalty points if you purchase this through me using my code RTF. And you can get bonuses for passing your evaluation and bonuses for getting a payout on your Lucid account that was purchased with my code. But even more than that, you can get entered into the Lucid Giga giveaway, which exists over at my Discord. But enough about that, that's a whole other video. Let's just say that once you find out more about this, I would be shocked if you didn't use my code. I'd be shocked if you weren't beating down the door to get on the Discord and find out about these giveaways. Okay, so let's go through the numbers. Profit target, $3,000. That's what I need to hit to pass the evaluation on a 50K account at 6%, very achievable. Max loss limit, $2,000. And this is your end of day trailing drawdown. Now, I want to make sure that you really understand how this works because it's important. The max loss limit updates once per day at market close, not intraday. So if I'm down $1,800 in the middle of a session, which you shouldn't be because you're setting your own risk management, but if I was down $1,800 in the middle of a session, as long as I don't touch the max loss limit, as long as I don't actually touch the bottom, I'm not getting stopped out. I can hold the position and I can try to recover. Now, if I touch my MLL, I will lose the account. But the number only moves up at the close, and it only moves up if I've hit a new high on my account balance. I did a video about MLL, and I'll leave it here on the screen so that you can better understand it. Now, this is completely different from firms that use intraday trailing drawdown, where every tick in profit is potentially moving up your floor. And the Lucid Flex, the floor only moves when the session ends, if I hit a new high on my account. And this is a big deal. This, along with no monthly fee, along with no activation fee, it makes it one of the very best accounts in the industry right now. There's no daily loss limit. The max size is 4 minis or 40 micros for the 50K. This is another thing I like about Lucid. They don't give you 10 minis in a 50K account. There's no reason to be trading 10 minis in a 50K account with only 2K worth of drawdown. That position size is designed to blow you up. And anyone that says otherwise is trying to sell you something, all right? Your trading hours are Sunday through Thursday, 6 p.m. to 4:45 p.m. and positions will be automatically closed at 4:45 It doesn't fail you. They just close them. Now, here's a rule that everybody asks me about, the consistency rule. The 50% consistency rule applies during the evaluation and only during the evaluation. The largest single profitable day cannot exceed 50% of your total profit. Let me give that to you in an actual formula because this is important. If you take your biggest day and you divide it by your total account profit, that number needs to be 50% or less. So on the 50K, I need $3,000 to pass. Let's say my biggest day is $1,200. You divide 1,200 by 3,000, that's 40%. So I pass, right? But here's where the catch is. Let's say I crush it on day one and I make $1,800. Amazing. But now my biggest day is 1,800 out of 1,800 total, and that's 100% consistency. I literally cannot pass in that state. Even if I hit the profit target, I have to keep trading to bring that number down. And if I make another $2,000 to reach $3,800 total in profit, now my consistency 1,800 divided by 3,800, which is about 47%. I'm under that 50%, and now I can pass, but it's hard. It's hard to hit those big days back to back like that. Now, there's actually a built-in cushion in the formula, so technically you could pass in 2 trading days if you ran it perfectly, but Lucid themselves, they recommend 3 to 7 days, and honestly, that's the right mindset anyway. Don't rush it. The evaluation, it doesn't have any expiration date, so take your time. Trade well, let the math work itself out. And listen, the most important thing I want you to remember, the consistency rule, it only exists in the evaluation. Once you're funded, it's gone, done. You can have one monster day, makes up 90% of your profits, it won't affect your payout. That's the whole point of Lucid Flex. Okay, platform time. Let me walk you through exactly how I set up TradeSea for this account. First, why TradeSea? Well, it runs on Rithmic. And if you've been trading for any length of time, you know that Rithmic is the gold standard for low latency execution. Fast fills, clean data, and TradeSea puts on a modern, intuitive TradingView style interface on top of that backbone. So you get the speed without sacrificing a charting experience that's actually usable. It's also browser-based. No heavy desktop install, no update notification every time you want to open a chart. You open a browser and you're in. Now, Lucid does still support Trade8 and NinjaTrader. Those work, but Project X is no longer available at Lucid. So if you're expecting to run Project X over there, it's not going to happen. TradeSea is honestly the easiest option for Rithmic users right now. Okay, so here's exactly how I set it up. Go ahead and walk with me. Step 1, we're going to go to TradeSea.ai and create our account, right? So that's TradeSea.ai. And we go to that website and it's going to bring you to here. And the next thing you need is to create your login. So go ahead and click login. And then what you'll do is pick your email ID. I'm just going to go ahead and use mine. It's going to send you a one-time password. So just give me 1 second and I will go grab it. So I'm just going to jump over here on the website. I'm going to grab my code, which is this right here. Go back to TradeSea. Go ahead and put the OTP in and hit login. Then I'm going to put my name. Put your name in. Now that we're in here, you can go ahead and hit add account. And then what you have to do is connect your Lucid account, and it's going to ask you for your Rithmic name and your Rithmic password. So what you got to do is go back to Lucid. And then once you go to Lucid, you can see your Rithmic here. We need to get our credentials. So we're going to go ahead and hit show credentials, and then it'll tell us our username and put that here. Password. Just copy that, put that here. Environment is simulation, non-professional. And you scroll through this, read all this here, and you agree. I don't think you want to save your password on this. Don't save it. And then you're in. Now you're in the TradingView shell that TradeSea runs under. So connect your Rithmic credentials. Once you purchase your Lucid Flex accounts, the emails come with your login. You take the credentials, you enter them into this TradeSea's connection settings, which you just did. Once you're in, your account should populate automatically. Here you are. Okay, now here's step 3, where we set up our chart. So I like to run, typically I would run, now there's some limitations here. I can't run 2 range charts on this because it's through TradingView. So what I'm going to do is put an hourly chart over here on the NASDAQ. I know that you guys like to trade NASDAQ, so I have my MNQs up here so that you can see what you would be typically trading for yourself. And on the MNQ, I've got an hourly chart, which I've put right here. And then I have over here a 5-minute chart. That way I can get kind of a bigger picture of what's going on NASDAQ by looking at this one. And then I can also get the smaller picture if I want to nail down an entry. So here's another little tip you can do. You can right click here and I'll go ahead to labels. I don't like the bid ask labels on there like that. I'm going to go ahead and just take them off of both of my charts right away. Don't really care for those there. In fact, I like everything to just chill. I don't want a bunch of stuff flashing around on my screen. I want it to chill. Okay, now let's move to the next thing. Let's go ahead and check out Compass. So Compass is over here on the side. You can see it right up here. I'm going to go ahead and click Compass. And Compass is their built-in journaling tool, which I really, really like this, guys. You can log your trades. You can log your setups, put your psychological notes on here. And you know, it's all right inside the platform without jumping to a separate app, meaning it's, you know, real time, it's logged right here for you. So if you're not journaling yet, this really is a good place to start. Let's go to step number 5, which is Polaris. And this is the AI that they have built in to the platform itself. And it uses your data and your information. This is TradeSea's AI analysis tool. So I'm still evaluating how much I would personally lean on this. I haven't really used it all that much yet, but it is there and it is available. And that's the most that platforms offer. This is more than any other platform is offering right now that I'm aware of. And that's it. Honestly, I went fully from live on TradeSea in about what, 15 minutes or less, really just a few minutes, guys. You could be live, you could be ready to trade. So one thing that I'll say before you take your first trade, make sure that your rhythmic data is coming through clean. Like look at your DOM. You can see that the with MNQ, it's so jittery that we're moving, that everything's connected properly. And the last thing you want to do is like just have a data hiccup in the middle of a position, right? So do a quick check before you place any trades or anything like that, and just make sure that everything's flowing, everything's working. All right, so we're set up. Now we know the rules. The account's live on TradeSea. Got a Lucid, Flex 50 account ready to go. Am I actually going to pass this thing? Well, I genuinely don't know yet. And that's exactly what makes this interesting. If you want to follow the full journey, trading footage, I'm going to do P&Ls. There's no scripted outcome. Just make sure you're subscribed and you have the bell on. And one of the next videos will be, the update of day 1 or whatever, the next several days of trading, whatever it is. And also, my website is live now. It's still a little bit under construction. I'm not making excuses, but you can see the platforms that we're affiliated with and the comparisons and everything, what platforms they offer, all the different information about many, many different accounts. You can get really great discounts. Plus, as you know, the RTF Insider program as well. If you go ahead and submit your receipts onto Discord, you can get benefits for using your code, especially at a place like Lucid. And that's completely free. It's roberttrades.com. I'll leave a link in the description also so that you can see it. And all right, before I let you go, let me tell you exactly what happens on the other side of this evaluation, because the funded account is where they get really crazy. Okay, so let's talk about what happens if I pass, because this is honestly the most important part of the whole conversation. And I don't think enough people fully understand how different the funded account is from the evaluation. So once I'm funded, 3 things change immediately. Number 1, the consistency rule disappears completely. Gone. I can have a $2,500 day followed by a $200 day followed by a $50 day. Nobody's auditing my daily breakdown. No payout rejection because one day was too big. That rule simply does not exist on the funded side. Okay? Number 2, there's no daily loss limit. It's the same as the evaluation. The only thing I have is to respect the end of day max loss limit. And the MLL itself starts to behave differently in a way that I really like. So here's how the funded MLL works. It starts trailing upward as your balance grows at the end of the day. Always at the end of the day. But once your balance exceeds your initial trail balance, the MLL locks. It will never go below that floor to the rest of your funded account, ever. That's where it gets crazy good, because the downside protection gets permanently established the higher you trade. All right, number 3, the payout structure. It's a 90-10 split. You keep 90%, and that is one of the best splits in the industry right now. And Lucid is advertising a 15-minute approval, and there is no payout buffer. You don't have to leave 3 or 4 grand sitting in the account as a forced reserve. Now, I want to be honest with you about the scaling plan. because this is where some people feel surprised and they don't want to tell you on the funded loose account, is that your contract size is gated by your simulated profit. You start smaller and earn your way back up to the 4 full mini size. That's the trade-off you're making in exchange for no consistency rule and no daily loss limit on the funded side. Is that a fair trade? In my opinion, yes. You're earning the full size by proving consistent profitability, which, if you think about it, is exactly how it should work, right? And that's where the catch is. Lucid Flex is incredibly trader-friendly, but it's not magic. It rewards traders who can actually be consistent. All right, before I let you go, let me give you 3 things that I'm personally watching for during this evaluation. Number 1, don't blow up on day 1. This sounds obvious, but hear me out. You've got a $2,000 MLL on a 50K account. That's not a massive cushion. And because there is no daily loss limit, it can be tempting to just let a losing day run. Don't do it. I'm setting my own DLL for this account. The MLL, that's when my account blows up. But my DLL can be whatever I decide I want it to be.
Reality can be whatever I want.
So for me, I'm gonna set it for $300 on the day. Now, for you, you might wanna use $200 because that would give you 10 losing days before you hit $2,000 and blow up. For me, I'm gonna go 300, maybe a little more 400 or 500, but I really am just gonna try to stay at $300. If I hit that $300 mark, I'm done for the day. Close it, walk away, come back tomorrow. This account has no expiration date. There is no rush, there's no hurry, there's no activation fee, there's no subscription. Go ahead and use that. All right, number 2 is the consistency trap.
It's a trap.
Don't try to pass the evaluation in 2 days. I know the math technically works, and Lucid said that they've given you a little bit of a cushion in order for that to happen, but don't, rush this. You really don't need to rush this. Rushing the consistency is how you end up in a weird spot where you've already hit your profit target, but then your biggest single day is too high, and now you have to keep trading to dig yourself out. Then you're asking people on Discord, is this going to work? And you put yourself in a place you don't want to be in. So just don't go there in the first place. Take your time, spread it out, build it right. Number 3, platform familiarity first. TradeSea is new for a lot of you. It's also new to me. So in the very first session, I'm going to go ahead and either paper trade a little bit and see if I go extremely small, while I'm trading, just to make sure that my orders are routing correctly, my data's clean, my DOM is responding the way that I would expect it to, or if you use the chart, make sure that you know how to enter and exit your trades, make sure that you know how to have your bracket set to whatever your risk and target is for you on your default setting, right? Make sure that you're comfortable with these things because 15 minutes of platform familiarity before you trade is worth more than any setup in the world, okay? All right, look, that's the full setup. Rules, platform, strategy, funded account, everything you need before you put money on your Lucid Flex 50K. Look, use affiliate code RTF at Lucid Trading. It's in the description. Go to my prop firm comparison site. You can see all the accounts listed there, and you can pick which one is right for you. Drop me a comment. Let me know. Are you running Lucid Flex right now? Are you thinking about it? Are you on TradeSea? Are you still using TradeEvade or NinjaTrader, or what platform are you using? I would love to know. I want to know what you guys are doing. And let me know if I missed anything. If there's a rule I didn't cover, let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure that we get it out in the next video. I will see you guys on the next one. Stay calm and trade on.